Welcome back to my video series, me reminiscing my situation in 2011. 2011 I lost my company, we went through a very tough time, and the lessons I learned in that period I want to share with you now because I think it can help you if you're in difficult situations with your business or with your job or in general in life. The lessons I learned then I think are still applicable today. So here we go. Today we're going to talk about how not to get into a depression. And first disclaimer, obviously I'm not a psychiatrist or a mental expert, so I'm trying to give you only my point of view on what I did to not get into that situation in 2011. So, what is happening? Depression, at least at that point for me, was like the problems became really overwhelming. One thing stacked on top of each other. Even now, right? Money is drying up, cash flow is drying up in many companies, and that might give a lot of uncertainty, and problems are usually stacking one on top of each other. And it's hard not to feel any overwhelm. The thing to remember though, that this will pass, right? There is light at the end of the tunnel. This is going to go over. And maybe what you can do is first is go back to a time in your own life where things were really tough for you and where you are now. You can see that usually problems at the time seem very overwhelming and very big, but after a while you overcome them and you basically go on with life. So is this with the current situation with the coronavirus. It will pass, it will go over, and things will recover in one way or another. That's the one thing. If you don't have that kind of experience yourself, speak to people that are older, maybe your parents, who've gone through very tough times, and ask for their experience on how they dealt with that situation. This is the first thing. So try to reflect on a time when things were tough for you. For me, in 2011, when my business stopped, I kept my sanity for about 3 months. We were very busy trying to do all sorts of emergency measures, trying to save the business, trying to collect our outstandings, try to pay the staff, etc. And then after a while, we had to wind up the company, had to lay off most of the staff, which was a really, really tough period. Initially, it went okay. I was active, I was involved. Until a certain point, for me, what happened was I slept a lot of the day. And it was crazy. I was sleeping 12, 16 hours a day. I was only awake for like 8 hours. And at that point I thought, this is not good, right? And it had all the signs of a burnout, basically. It was really, really terrible. So fortunately at that point, my children had a holiday and we decided to leave Jakarta. We leave for a short holiday of 10 days. That really, really helped me at that point. Now, difficulty today is it's hard to go on a holiday, especially if your city is in lockdown or your area is in lockdown, and if it's not yet, it might, right? So try to find a change of environment is my advice. So if you're at your house, try to find places in your house where you can either exercise or go outside for a walk. I think that's still fine. Try to change your environment, because for me, I was working and sleeping in my bedroom. I had an office in my bedroom and I was like almost not leaving my bedroom anymore. So change the environment, go outside, go to a different room. If you're working from home, try to switch it up, work from different places in your house. Sit with your family if you're working, sit alone if you're working. So change the environment for me back then was one really, really a good way of doing it. Now, another thing you could do is, now is the time to distance yourself from your problems every once in a while. And I don't mean buying a bottle of wine and getting drunk. That might be a solution, but it's not a permanent solution. So calling friends, watch a nice movie, listen to podcasts, take a training, take an online course. They're all out there right now. Do some rigorous exercise, really get your body working. Break out of your pattern, break out of your environment. This is really important. Last thing I wanted to share with you that got me out of my depression at that point is to learn how to breathe. Shallow breath is basically very bad for the body in times of stress because it increases the acidity in the body. So one really good thing to learn is deep breathing. There are so many resources out there. You can go check out Wim Hof, or you can check out other people. The bottom line of it is, if you can take deep breaths, even if you just do 5 seconds in, 5 second out breaths, really deep into your lungs from your stomach, it alkalizes the body and it reduces the stress. It makes a huge amount of difference to me at that point to learn how to do deep breathing. My wife is a yoga instructor, so I had the resources available to do that, fortunately. But for you, it's easy to find. Deep breathing helps dealing with this stress and helps not getting into a depression. Last thing I wanted to talk about quickly, and I might make another video about it, is the food you take. If you are in stress, make sure you eat very nutritious food and also have alkaline food. So anything that causes too much acidity in your body, try to limit it. So try to limit alcohol, try to limit coffee, try to limit sugars as much as you can, because these things make your body very acidic. Now is the time to alkalize your body. Alkaline state is good for your immune system. Times of stress is really important to, to eat well and to eat healthy. Drink a lot of water. And also take breaks between your stressy situations. Do some work on your problem, do something else. Those were some of the things I did. It was a really tough time for me at that point, but it went past, right? There was light at the end of the tunnel. So will it be for the situation we are in right now. Hope it serves you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.